Okay, moving on from yesterday's delectable lesson about cannibals, you now need to know place value. So we've got a decimal. Basically, you're looking at location, location, location. So there's 1 column, 2 column, 3 column. You could call them rows, I suppose, if you were looking sideways. So whatever number is living first is the tenths. Whatever number is in second, as long as there is something in here, is hundredths. Hundredths. I can't spell that today. So the last one, whatever is in here, as long as there is something in here and in here, is the thousandths column. So, for example, if I was to have a number 2, that is in the tenths column, so I would say that was 2 tenths. If I add a 1, there's 1 in the hundredths column, and so I would read that number 21 hundredths because it's in the second column. If I had this number, I would say thousandths. There are 5 in the thousandths column. It is the last column. So then I read the number 215 thousandths. So then it's going to ask you 4 numbers. What digit is in the hundredths column? Second, 3. 3 is in the hundredths column. What digit is in the tenths column? 1. 1 is in the tenths column. What digit is in the thousandths column? 5. 5 is in the thousandths column. So what you need to know to be able to read numbers, if I had the number like this, I go to the last column. It's the hundredths column. The 3 is the last digit in the hundredths column. So I read that as 73 hundredths. If I made 3 disappear, oh, isn't that pretty? And I just had this number, that is in the tenths column. The last digit of that number is in the tenths column. So I would read that as 7 tenths. Let's have a look at this nasty, revolting number here. The 5 is the last digit. The 5 is in the third column, so it's in the thousandths. So I would say something thousandths, and then I look at the whole number. So I have 215 thousandths. Now what would happen if I added some digits on this side? It doesn't really change. I still go to the last column, which is the 5, and that is in the thousandth. Then I just read the number 3,215 thousandths. What if I go a little psychotically crazy? This is in fact 43 whole numbers and 215 thousandths. But what if the question wants to know how many thousandths I have? I ignore that. I go to the last column, which is the 5, and it is in the thousandths column. So this number in fact is 43,215 thousandths. No one in the right mind is ever going to ask you that question, but that's how you read that number. Done.